This is the part 2 of the series. If you have not seen part 1 yet, go watch it first so you can fully understand the story. Part 1 link is in description box.
Maid, ma'am, if you don't mind, can I ask you something? Wayan, yes. The maid slowly turned around. Her face was pale. Maid, why did you marry a man who does not even exist? Wayan froze. Her breath got stuck. Wayan does not exist? Slowly, she stood up from the bed, her eyes locked on the maid. But what are you saying? The maid opened her mouth to speak, but suddenly she heard footstep voice. With every second, the footsteps were slowly getting louder, as if someone was coming closer to the room. Her face turned pale instantly. The maid quickly joined her hands, trembling. Maid, please ma'am, don't tell sir what I said, please. Wayan frowned confused. Wayan, why are you so scared? But before she could say anything else, the door opened. Taehyung walked in. His eyes moved from Wayan to the maid. Cold, sharp and observing. What's going on here? Wayan quickly looked at him. Nothing. She just came to ask about breakfast. Taehyung did not reply immediately. He just stared at the maid. A quiet, warning look, like he did not need words to control the room. Then he spoke in a low but strict voice. I said you here 10 minutes ago to wake her up. So why are you still here? The maid lowered her gaze. She is too scared to answer. Before things get worse, Wayan stepped in. Wayan, it was I who told her to stay here. Taehyung's eyes shifted to Wayan and he asked, why? Wayan, because she was telling me something. As soon as Wayan said that, the maid panicked. She thought Wayan was about to tell everything to Taehyung. At the same time, hearing those words, Taehyung's attention sharp. He looked at the maid with a cold, intimidating gaze. Without taking his eyes off the maid, Taehyung spoke. What did she tell you? Wayan forced a casual tone. Actually, I was just asking her about your daily routine and stuff. So she was just telling me that. For a second, the room went silent. Then Taehyung looked back at Wayan and said calmly, alright. Taehyung turned slightly towards the maid and said, you can leave now. She did not wait a second. She rushed out of the room. Wayan watched her go, her mind still stuck on maid words. She slowly looked back at Taehyung, who is still standing right in front of her. Wayan stood there quietly, but now she knows something was wrong. Something was being hidden from her. Her mind was filled with questions, one after another. What was the maid trying to say? Why was she so scared? And what was Taehyung hiding? She was lost in her thoughts when... What happened? Taehyung's voice cut through her mind. She looked up at him. Why are you standing there like that? Wayan blinked quickly. No, I was just thinking about what I should wear today. She lied because she already knew even if she asked him anything, he would not tell her the truth. If he wanted to be honest, he would not be hiding things from her in the first place. Wayan had realized it now. Taehyung was hiding something from her. And she stayed quiet for another reason too. If she questioned him right now, he would think the maid told her something. She did not want to create trouble for her. so she kept all her questions to herself. Taehyung slowly stepped closer to Wayne. With one hand, he gently held her by the waist and pulled her a little closer. Wayne softened instantly. For a moment, all her worries, all her questions just faded away. Taehyung looked into her eyes, his voice low and calm. You know you have looked beautiful in anything, but do you know when you look the most beautiful to me? Wayne smiled softly, her voice light. When? Taehyung leaned a little closer near her ear and whispered softly, when you are not hiding behind anything. Wayne's eyes widened for a second, then she let out a small laugh. Taehyung, are you serious? I used to think you are very strict, but wow, you are actually romantic. Taehyung smiled at her words. Taehyung, a husband should be romantic with his wife, right? Wayne nodded slightly. Yeah, you are right. But I just did not expect it from you. Taehyung looked at her again, a soft curiosity in his eyes. Then tell me, when will I get to see you like that? Wayne immediately looked down, blushing. Taehyung noticed it and smiled lightly. I think you are still not fully comfortable with me. It's okay, take your time. I will wait. He gently kissed her on the cheek and slowly let her go from his arm. Taehyung stepped back slightly. Taehyung, okay, get ready and came downstairs. Have your breakfast. Then I was thinking we could watch a movie together. Wayne's face lit up instantly. Really? Where are we going to watch it? For a second, Taehyung's smile faded. Nowhere, he said calmly. We will watch it here, at home, on TV. Wayne frowned. Wayne, what? That's not fun, Taehyung. Wayne's expression changed, a little confused, a little surprised. Before she could ask anything, Taehyung gave her a small warm smile and walked out of the room. Wayne point of view. I don't understand. Why does it feel like he's hiding something in everything he says? She whispered to herself. She looked up for a moment. God, please help me understand what's wrong with him. She took a deep breath and let it out slowly. Then quietly, she walked into the bathroom. Wayne walked out of her bedroom after getting ready. As she started walking down the stairs, she suddenly paused. She saw Taehyung standing in front of the maid. He was saying something to her. The maid stood there with her head lowered. Wayne watched them for a second. Taehyung's expression, it did not look like a normal conversation. It felt like a warning or maybe an order. A strange uneasiness crept into her chest, but she slowly walked downstairs, step by step. As soon as Taehyung noticed her, he stopped speaking, completely silent. The maid did not even lift her head. Taehyung turned towards Wayne like nothing happened, his face calm again, and somehow that felt Wayne even more off. Taehyung looked at her and gave a faint smile. Taehyung. Finally, the queen decided to come downstairs. Wayne gave an awkward smile. Sorry, I could not sleep all night, so I ended up waking up late. Taehyung nodded slightly. Taehyung, it's okay, sweetheart. This is your home now. Sleep whenever you want, wake up whenever you want. It's all up to you. He paused for a second, then added, now come on, have your breakfast. Wayan looked at him. Wayan, did you eat? Taehyung, yeah, I already did. He adjusts his watch casually and says, You eat, I will finish some work meanwhile. Without waiting much, he turned and walked towards his office room. Yeonam waited until Taehyung was completely gone. The sound of the office room closing echoed softly. She slowly turned towards the maid. Hey, what was Taehyung saying to you before I came downstairs? The maid shook her head quickly. Nothing, ma'am. Her voice was low but shaking. Wayan frowned. Wayan, you looked scared. But she did not respond to her. After a few seconds, she asked again. In bedroom you were about to tell me something about Taehyung. What was it? But maid did not say anything. Wayan, don't worry, I'm not going to tell him. You can tell me, Wayan said softly. For a second, it felt like the maid might speak. Her lips parted slightly, but then she stepped back. Maid, I don't know anything, ma'am. This time her voice was firm, like she had already made up her mind. Wayan stared at her, trying to read her face, but the maid avoided eye contact completely. Yeonam slowly exhaled. Wayan, okay. She did not push anymore because now she understood the maid was not quiet because she did not know anything. She was quiet because she was not allowed to say anything. Yeonam's eyes slowly shifted towards the direction of Taehyung's office. A quiet thought crossed her mind. Wayan. I know he told her not to say anything. And that meant only one thing. There was something he did not want me to know. After breakfast, Yeonam did not go back to her room. She just started walking around the house. It was a big place, clean, quiet, almost too quiet. She moved slowly from one area to another, living area, kitchen, dining space, just observing everything, trying to get familiar with the place. But at the very end of the halfway, she stopped because there was a locked room. Wayan noticed something, one point of view. Every other room in this house was just closed, not locked. So why was this one locked? Just then, a male servant walked by. Wayan called him. Wayan, hey, why is this door locked? The servant stopped. Servant, I don't know, ma'am. It's always locked. Wayan looked back at the door. Always. Wayan point of view. What could be inside that no one allowed to see? For a moment, she felt like opening it, but then Taehyung's voice echoed through the house, loud and sharp. Where are you, Yeonam? Wayan blinked, snapping out of her thoughts. She took one last look at the locked door, then turned and walked back. Wayan, what happened? She asked. Why are you calling me like that? Taehyung walked up to her without answering. He gently held her hand. Come with me. Wayan, Taehyung, what happened? He did not say anything and he led her upstairs towards the bedroom. And the moment the door opened, Wayan froze, her eyes widening like she was not ready for what she just saw.